Over 140 million Indians travel abroad every year, and most of them waste weeks waiting for a visa that could have been skipped entirely. Right now, there are countries where your Indian passport is all you need to walk right in. No application, no embassy queue, no rejection fear. Here are 7 of them, and one of them might genuinely surprise you. Country number 1, Thailand. Let's start with the one that rewrote the rules. Picture this. You land in Bangkok at night. The city glitters like spilled gold. The air is warm, filled with lemongrass and street food already sizzling at midnight. This is Thailand. And as of 2025, it's completely visa-free for Indian passport holders for up to 60 days, 2 full months. No forms, no fees, just land and start living. Explore Bangkok, the Grand Palace, Chatuchak Market, rooftop views over the Chao Phraya. Then head to Chiang Mai's misty temples and down south to Phuket or Koh Samui's beaches. But here's the shock. Many Indians still don't know this. People are still paying 5,000 rupees to 10,000 rupees for visas they don't need. Thailand isn't just open, it's actively attracting Indian tourists. Over 1.6 million visited in 2024, and that number is rising fast. Country number 2, Mauritius. Now imagine something completely different. You wake up, open the curtains, and the Indian Ocean stretches endlessly in front of you. Clear, turquoise, unreal. This is Mauritius, and Indians get visa-free access for up to 90 days. 3 months in a place that looks like paradise. But it's more than beaches. A large part of the population has Indian roots. You'll hear Bhojpuri, see ancient temples, and taste food that feels like home. Walking through Port Louis feels like a parallel version of India. Same warmth, different world. And here's what most people miss. Mauritius is also a business hub. With its tax-friendly system, many Indian entrepreneurs use it as a gateway to Africa. That 90-day stay isn't just for vacations, it's for opportunities too. Country number 3, Indonesia. One word, Bali. That jungle infinity pool? That temple shot? It's probably Bali. Indonesia gives Indians visa-free access for 30 days across 17,000 plus islands. But Bali alone is enough. Rice terraces and Ubud, cliffside temples, and a global mix of artists, yogis, and travelers. Then there are the Gili Islands. No cars, just crystal clear water. Go further and you reach Komodo, where dragons still exist. Here's the twist. Bali is incredibly affordable. Villas for 3,500 rupees a night. Meals under 200 rupees. A lifestyle that would cost 50 times more in Dubai or Singapore. And culturally, it feels familiar. Bali is deeply Hindu. Temples, rituals, Ramayana performances. You don't feel like a tourist. You feel connected. Country number 4, Nepal. Now here's the one that makes no sense to overlook, and yet most of us do. Nepal, right next door. A 4-hour flight from Mumbai, or a short drive from the border. And India and Nepal have perhaps the closest bilateral travel relationship of any 2 countries on Earth. Indian citizens don't just get visa-free access to Nepal, they get the right to live, work, own property, and travel with 0 restrictions, indefinitely. You don't even need a passport. An Aadhaar card or a voter ID card is enough to cross the border. Let that sink in. You can move to Nepal with your national ID card. Now think about what Nepal actually is. The Himalayas, the highest mountains on the planet, Everest Base Camp, a trek that tests your lungs, your legs, and your sense of how small you actually are. Annapurna, Langtang, valleys where Buddhist monasteries cling to cliffs and monks chant at 5 in the morning as snow falls outside. Kathmandu is one of the most historically dense cities in Asia. UNESCO World Heritage Sites are within walking distance of each other. Pashupatinath, one of Hinduism's holiest temples, sits on the banks of the Bagmati River. Pilgrims come from across India, but for most of them, it's a one-time journey. They don't realize they could come back anytime, as easily as taking a train. But here's the surprising part. Despite this extraordinary level of access, surveys suggest fewer than 5% of Indians have ever visited Nepal for leisure. We walk past this door every day and don't open it. Let me ask you something right now. Which of these 4 countries is already on your bucket list? Thailand? Mauritius? Bali? Nepal? Drop it in the comments below. I want to see which destination wins, and I'll personally reply to the top answer. Country, Bhutan. This next country is unlike anywhere else on this list, or anywhere else on Earth, honestly. Bhutan is the only country in the world that doesn't measure its economy purely in money. It measures something called gross national happiness. Economic growth matters, but only if it improves the well-being of its people, preserves its culture, and protects its environment. It's a philosophy baked into the constitution. And Indians? Indians get in completely free. No visa, no tourist fee, no sustainable development fee that foreign nationals from other countries must pay, which can be over $100 per day. Indians are treated like a special case in Bhutan. Culturally, historically, spiritually, the ties run deep. Now imagine the country itself. Bhutan sits in the eastern Himalayas, sandwiched between India and China, but feeling like neither. Tiger's Nest Monastery, Paro Taktsang, is built into the face of a cliff 3,000 meters above sea level. Getting there requires a 2-hour hike through pine forests. And then you turn a corner and it's just there, hanging in the sky, defying gravity and reason. The valleys are immaculate. No billboards on the highways, no fast food chains on the main street. Bhutan controls tourism so carefully that its forests actually grew last year, in a world where forests are shrinking everywhere else. Most people don't know this. Bhutan has one of the lowest crime rates on the entire planet. Violent crime is almost non-existent. Homelessness is rare. The air quality in Paro is some of the cleanest ever recorded in Asia. It might genuinely be the safest, most peaceful country you will ever step foot in. And as an Indian, you can go whenever you want. Country number 6, Maldives. Close your eyes. Now imagine the most beautiful water you've ever seen. Now make it clearer. Now make it warmer. Now add a hammock suspended between 2 palm trees over that water. That's the Maldives on an average Tuesday. The Maldives gives Indians a visa on arrival, free of cost, valid for 30 days. You literally walk off the plane, fill a card, and you're in. The whole process takes 10 minutes. Now, the Maldives has a reputation problem. People hear Maldives and think it's only for honeymoons, or only for people willing to spend 3 lakh rupees per night at a floating villa. And yes, those resorts exist. They are extraordinary. But here's what most travel agents won't tell you, and what most travel influencers skip because the budget version isn't as photogenic. The Maldives has over 1,000 islands. Most of the ultra-luxury resorts are on private islands, bought and developed by international hotel chains. But the local islands, the real inhabited Maldivian islands, they have guest houses, clean, comfortable, genuine guest houses where you can sleep 30 meters from the beach for under 5,000 rupees a night, sometimes less. The water is the same water. The coral is the same coral. The sunsets are identical. You can snorkel with whale sharks in Ari Atoll. You can dive into underwater cave systems. You can kayak through mangroves and watch manta rays glide beneath your boat. And here's something that often surprises Indian visitors. Maldivian culture has deep South Asian roots. The language, Divehi, has Sanskrit and Tamil influences. The food has turmeric. The warmth of the people feels familiar. This isn't a distant foreign country. It's a neighbor you somehow forgot to visit. Country number 7, Kenya. Now, save the best for last. This one is the wild card, the unexpected one. The country that belongs on every Indian travel list but almost never appears on any of them. Kenya, Africa. Most Indians haven't even mentally placed Africa in the category of somewhere I could actually go, and that needs to change immediately. In 2024, Kenya made a landmark decision: visa-free entry for Indian passport holders. No prior arrangement required. Just book your flight and go. Now let me paint you a picture of what going to Kenya actually means. It's 6 in the morning. You're in a land cruiser bouncing across the Masai Mara, one of the most biodiverse wildlife reserves on the planet. The grass is golden in the early light. A pride of lions is finishing a kill 200 meters to your left. Elephants move through the tree line in silence. A cheetah, the fastest land animal alive, scans the horizon from the top of a termite mound. This is the world before humans built cities over it, and you can see it freely. July to October is the Great Migration. 2 million wildebeest, zebra, and gazelle crossing the Mara River in a churning, terrifying, breathtaking wave of life. Wildlife photographers save for years to capture a single frame of it. You can be there. But here's the part that hits differently for Indians. Kenya has one of the most significant Indian diaspora communities in Africa. Indians came to East Africa in the 19th century, brought by the British to build the Uganda Railway. They stayed. They built businesses, raised families, married into Kenyan society. Walking through Nairobi's business districts, you'll see Indian surnames on storefronts. You'll hear Gujarati at the wholesale market. You'll find a mandir around the corner. You won't just be a tourist. You'll be a visitor in a country where part of your story already lives. And Nairobi itself? It's not the city outsiders imagine. It's modern, ambitious, and fast. It has a Silicon Savannah, a genuine tech ecosystem that produced M-Pesa, the mobile payment system that leapfrogged traditional banking and inspired fintech founders worldwide. Indian entrepreneurs have noticed. They're moving there, partnering there, building there. But things get even more interesting. Kenya is also a gateway to the rest of East Africa. From Nairobi, you're a short flight from Tanzania, Rwanda, Uganda, and Zanzibar, the Spice Island where the air literally smells of cloves and cinnamon. One trip, an entire continent of possibility. Here's what nobody tells you about the Indian passport. For decades, it was treated as a document of friction, a passport that required extra scrutiny, longer queues, more paperwork. But that story is changing, faster than most people realize. Thailand, Mauritius, Indonesia, Nepal, Bhutan, the Maldives. 7 countries, hundreds of experiences. 0 visa barriers. And this is just 2025. The list is growing. More countries are actively competing for Indian tourists and investors because India now has the world's largest middle class with growing spending power and an appetite for the world. Your passport is becoming a key, not a barrier. The only question left is, which door do you open first? So I want to leave you with this. If you could pack a single bag tonight, right now, and board a flight to any one of these 7 countries, completely free, no visa, no hassle, where would you go? And who would you take with you? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one.